Hi guys, Dazzie here with another comic book haul. This time it's episode 67. And today I've got a slightly smaller haul. 40 books. Still quite a lot. This is what I've amassed in the last week or so. LCSs, car boots, eBay of course. Let's get into the books because I've got some good ones here. And stay tuned to the end for a fantastic eBay stealth buy. Let's start with a couple I picked up and forgot to show. I picked this up a couple of weeks ago, just some free books, but they were quite hot at the time, and some of these are actually garnering a few quid now. Picked up Deadly Class. Of course, this was I just think on the Sci-Fi Channel, but it's just been cancelled. The Deadly Class show, but I've heard good things about it. And then the two of the hotter titles from the recent free comic book day. Finally tracked down Avengers. And of course, the Spider-Man one, which is a lead into the new Carnage book, I believe. Okay, on to books we've purchased. As you know, I've been going to one of my LCSs. They've got a 50p bin now, which is great because literally books that have been on their shelves a matter of weeks prior are now in pretty decent nick, a lot of them, and for 50p. So I'm not going to pay a lot of these new comic book prices. Of course, Dark Horse has just been made a deal with Netflix to option a lot of their shows, properties into shows and films. So I've been picking up Dark Horse issues number ones if I can find them. And I've sold a few actually. First up, we've got this time we've got Cryptocracy. This is issue number one. Again, like I said, from Dark Horse. Never know, these sort of books might get optioned for 50p, worth a little bit of spec. If I can make a quick flip. And then we have to go with that Bank Shot from Dark Horse. More 50p goodness. This is Old Man Logan, annual number one. And this is the first appearance of Old Man Punisher. Yeah. Old Man Punisher. Remember buying this the day it came out for cover price of $4.99, and now you can get it for 50p. Go figure. This book actually garners quite a bit of coin on eBay, £10 plus. So for 50p, why not? This is The Best Defense, The Immortal Hulk, issue number one. I think it's a one shot actually. And then, of course, we've had John Wick recently at the cinema. I've seen the first two, enjoyed them, hoping to see episode 3 at some point. Found these at my LCS for 50p a piece. Issues number 2 of John Wick. And to go with number 2, we have number 3. So I shall sell them off as a set. 2 and 3 of John Wick. So I went to the car boot, found a few books. I reckon I can get a bit of coin for these ones at 50p a piece. First up we have Detective Comics issue 609. Surprised, you know what, it's always frustrating when you turn up at the car boot, and quite often it's a miss at the car boot, which is effectively like our garage sales across the pond or flea markets, I suppose. And basically, cars turn up, they open up their boots and sell stuff that they brought. But like I say, you don't often get comics there, and when I do find comics, they're not really key issues. And so when I turned up and find a man actually already looking through a box of comics, I'm not too happy. But he looked through them and he still left these ones there. I'm not leaving these for 50p. First up, we have X Factor, issue number 24. Of course, the first appearance of Archangel. I've sold 2 or 3 of these already. You can probably get 6 or 7 quid for that. And then we have Uncanny X-Men 244. Again, sold a few of these. Keep finding this. Of course, the first appearance of Jubilee. And found another copy of this one. I've got a nicer copy, but this is a pretty decent shape. West Coast Avengers, issue 46. The first appearance of the Great Lake Avengers. Went to a shop in Stroud called R&R Collectibles. They get some books in. They don't bring in too much stuff, but I picked up two or three of them this week. Found this one for £2. Alpha Flight issue 33, of course, the first appearance of Lady Deathstrike. And then happy to find this. For £1.50 I found Warlock issue number 10. Again, it's basically a reader copy. It's barely on its staples, as Dazzie would say. But this is the first appearance and origin of the origin of Gamora and of course Thanos in this book. And it's also got the first appearance of the Sanctuary, which is Thanos' battleship, I guess. So a pretty cool book. You know, this book easily £8 to £10 book. So for £1.50, why not? I think there's another first appearance in there as well. Of course, news broke. One of my hot comic book alerts. Oblivion Song has been optioned. I've got one up for sale at the moment. I quickly grabbed up another copy for under £3.50. Why not, eh? See if I can double my money. It's not the pink one, it's the regular. But a lot of people are making a lot of song and dance about those pink ones. But it's come out on the forums that there aren't too many. There are tons of those pink ones as well. So not as scarce as people think. You know, instead of the writing at the bottom being green, there is pink. I guess the books would be to have is the collector's box one, where I think instead of being on the looking backwards, he's looking frontwards. Okay, so that's the books I'm moving on. They won't be staying in my collection, those ones. Now on to the pile that will be staying in my collection. First up, anytime I can find new Teen Titans for cheap, I want to finish that run. And I don't do runs in comics, but classic from back in the day, isn't it? So this is issue 29. 50p at the car boot, like I said. They're not in the best of nick, but I'm not going to leave them there. This is issue 39. And this is the last appearance of Dick Grayson as Robin. And it's where Robin and, of course, Kid Flash leaves the team. I've been reading that they are looking to make a Teen Titans live-action DCU movie. Hopefully. I like the show. I think they will be using different actors, though, for that. Found this one. This is the final issue in my LCS for 50p of Green Arrow. Of course, it was Green Arrow, the Arrow TV show that got me started into comics. And this is like I say, mint condition, $4.99 price point, and I'm now paying 50p. Final issues are, of course, usually lower the print run on and more scarce. Found this for £1. Anytime I find double-digit X-Men books, I'm going to snap them up for £2 or less. And just another run filler, X-Men 93. X-Men 93 for £1. Why not, eh? I could probably get close to £10 for that. But that's staying in PC. I made a hot comic book alert ages ago about a title from Dark Horse that, of course, has been optioned, and the forums are still saying that this is definitely going to get made, and that title was Black Hammer. And this time I picked up issue number 4, and this is a low print run. That is the Jeff Lemire variant cover, and happy to add this one as well. This is issue number 2. Again, a Jeff Lemire variant. And this is the first cameo appearance of Sherlock Frankenstein. If the show gets made, very possible that we're going to see Sherlock Frankenstein in the show. Now, this book is hot. You're talking up to £10 for this book. I'm not sure I'm going to be keeping this one. I think this one may well go up for sale. But it's been in my top 20. It's been in CABSI, I think, top 10 at some point. This is from IDW, Road of Bones. Road of Bones. And this is basically a man is unsure if the mythical creature from Russian folklore that accompanies him and a band of escaped inmates is real or not, as they make their way across 100 miles of deadly Siberian tundra to freedom. Don't sleep on that one, guys. That is a nice quick flip if you want to make some coin. Another hot. Did I make a hot book alert on this? Well, I think I did. No, actually, I don't think I did, but I did tell people about this one. Of course, Kirkman posted about Walking Dead, and issue 192 was going to be a big one, and so it proved to be. Spoilers coming. Rick Grimes was shot in the chest at point blank range in issue 191, and in this issue, he bites the dust. Yes, Rick Grimes is now dead, the star of Walking Dead, and Kirkman has said when Rick Grimes goes, the series will soon follow after. I wouldn't be surprised to see this wrap up by issue 200. It's probably long overdue. The TV show has gone downhill a little bit from what I've been reading, and sales are dwindling a little bit on the comics. You know how many? Yeah, I love zombies, but how many stories can you tell about zombies? I mean, now they're talking and all sorts. I don't know. But like I say, picked up 1 copy, picked up 2 copies, and picked up 3 copies. Hoping to flip a couple of those. A series I've been collecting from the start. Yes, it had issues with the creator coming out and basically self-publishing a few more and flooding the market. But I've got still a bit of faith in this title. I've been there from day one. I've got issue 1s through to 4, and it's a 7-issue miniseries. This is Rags issue number 4. But this is the variant cosplay cover. This is the B cover, the cosplay cover. And that goes for around about 10 to 15 on eBay. A bit like an incentive, I guess, is like a 1 in 10. And this one is a nice book that's going for around about 20 at the moment. This is, again, the C cover. This is the Timothy Lim crossover Virgin cover for Rags. What did I pay for these? For the 2 of these, I paid £12.37, so each. And like I say, Rags is a great story. If nothing else, Rags is a fantastic story. Again, another zombie tale about this lady who takes no prisoners, basically. She's got a lot of attitude and doesn't seem to have many clothes a lot of the time. But there's a crossover coming with this Black Hops and Punchline. So 3 Antarctic titles are going to cross over. Now, moving on, I got a couple of books through the post, and I was stunned to get them, but it was an AOK. I haven't had one of them in forever, so really, really appreciate it. First up, I got Miles Morales, issue number 6. Of course, Miles Morales Spider-Man. And this was number 1 on the one of my top 20s at one point, and I was delighted because I couldn't find this one anywhere. Basically, this is one of my subscribers. He goes by the name of UK Comics Collector. His name is Alan. I'm not going to pass on his second name, and he is from Scotland. So, mate, a million thanks to this. I will link him down in the comments section. Please look him up, guys. This, of course, is the first full appearance of Starling, who is Tiana Toombs. And Tiana Toombs is the granddaughter of Vulture. This is a regular Marco Dell'Afonso cover. So like I say, I got this one through the post and I was stunned. Mate, if I'm going to be hunting tomorrow. If there is something on the shelves that you've been unable to pick up, please let me know and I will do my damnedest to find a book for you to get back to you. Because then, out of the blue, I got a note and another book saying, Didn't realise that Starling made a cameo in issue 5 until your last video. Serious it is to finish the first appearance job. I started with 6. Alan, yeah, he sent me issue 5 as well, which I'm delighted about, guys. Nice graded books too. Nice condition. This is the first cameo of Starling. Tiana Toombs, who appears on the last page of this book. So the forum seems to think she might have some legs or wings. Thank you so much, Alan. I will try and get some books out to you sometime. Just let me know what. On to some hot comic book alerts. And, you know, I love to make those hot comic book alerts because, you know, news waits for no man. What have I got for you, as I say? A character has just been announced to be in the next season of Titans. And that character first appears in this book. This one's pretty hard to find. This is Superman Adventures, issue 1. And the character's first appearance is of Mercy Graves. Yeah, Mercedes Graves. And she is, like I say, going to be in Titans season 2. Really enjoyed Titans season 1. But I've been hearing that channel that shows all the DC properties is going to be cancelled. I know Swamp Thing seems to have been cancelled before it even saw the light of day. Doom Patrol has been a massive hit, and Titans was a big hit too. So we know we're getting season 2 of Titans. Fingers crossed we're getting more Doom Patrol. I haven't seen Doom Patrol yet. So excited. Now, like I say, this is Mercy Graves' first appearance, and she first appeared in the Supergirl TV show. Well, actually, she first appeared in the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice movie, but then appeared in Supergirl, and of course, we're getting her in Titans. Now, this is her first comic book appearance. It was a title aimed at more towards children. The series also included like the first live wire, and I think there's a nice Supergirl cover as well on one of the issues. But yeah, I think the live wire is issue 5 if I'm not mistaken. But Mercy Graves' first appearance in continuity is in Detective Comics 735, I believe, and I have that one as well. So that completes my little Mercy Graves set. Now, I'm currently watching my favourite show. You guys know what it is Jessica Jones. Oh my days, it is fantastic again. We're getting full on Hellcat now, and that character is fantastic. But we've got 2 new characters in there, and one's a villain, and one's like a kind of guy who's helping Jessica Jones, I guess. And the villain we are getting is Fool Killer, and he first appears in this issue number 8 of Omega the Unknown. Now, I've read this. This is some Stan Lee goodness, and wow, yeah, the story is pretty simplistic. Battles Nitro in this comic, does Omega, and in the shadows we're getting this character, Fool Killer. This is the first cameo appearance of the second Fool Killer, and the Fool Killer they're using in the Jessica Jones show is Greg Sanger, and I've just seen the episode where he first appears, and he's a head case. He's creepy. He is creepy. I like it. Now, this is the second appearance also of Nitro as Robert Hunter. Now, starting in this issue, Omega starts to speak to people in complete sentences with little provocation. And in previous issues, he only rarely broke his vow of silence, and only for the 2 to 3 deliberate words at a time. Now, Nitro, who they fight in this book, is the man that is responsible for giving Captain Marvel cancer and eventually death from the disease. Nitro is a pretty bizarre and funny character the way he talks. But it's a good read, actually. I managed to find issue 1 at the car boot some time ago. So glad to pick up that key issue. And following on from that, I managed to get... Oh, what did I pay for that one, guys? I paid £6.95. May have overpaid, but when it comes to Jessica Jones, I leave no stone unturned. I'd like to get all the characters. Of course, I picked up the first Purple Man this year. What a highlight that was. And to go with 8, I've got 9. This is his first full appearance. Yeah, the first full appearance of the second Fool Killer, Greg Salinger. It's also the death of Blockbuster in this issue, and I paid £7.50 for that one. Some nice Bronze Age goodness. Nice little double act of the Fool Killer, Greg Salinger. And like I said, we got another character. Well, there's three first appearances in this one, and one of them was quite funny. But I picked up this one, and this is a nice graded book too. I paid £7.52 for this. This is Daredevil, issue 133. More Bronze Age goodness. And this is the first appearance of Mindwave. Mindwave, who is Eric Geldon. And Eric Geldon is basically Jessica Jones's love interest in season 3 of Jessica Jones. I like the character, yeah. It's quite witty. Kind of gets like a spoiler, gets like a migraine every time he senses something. Not the best power in the world, but yeah. So we got the first appearance of Mindwave, who's Eric Geldon. The first appearance of Think Tank. I think that's where he in this comic he goes in and he thinks, does all his thinking, but it's obviously changed to a date for the show. And look what else we got here. The first appearance of Yuri Geller. Yuri Geller. Now, one of my subscribers said they got this book signed by Yuri Geller because he actually lives next door to Yuri Geller. You got a fear for his spoons a little bit, haven't you? Don't let him in your kitchen, mate. But yeah, great additions to my Jessica Jones books. Okay, so I was in, like I say, R&R collectibles, R&R books in Stroud, and I guess this is a Golden Age book. It's from 1957. It is detached at the cover, but it presents nicely. Stuck it in some mylar. Yeah, I picked up some mylars, and I've had some real fun rebagging and boarding and sticking a lot of my silvers into some nice mylar. I'm going to get some more today. Order some more. But I found this one, Adventures into the Unknown, issue 84. Yeah, from May of 1957, guys. It's like a little series of short, bizarre or horror tales. They are very cool. One's about time traveling with Pompeii, with a guy who's got a watch. The stories are beyond simplistic, but for 50p, I can't leave it there. I'm happy to add a 1957 book to the collection. Okay, guys, and so I'm going to wrap up now with my stealth buy, and it's a good one. Really is. I've been looking for this title forever. I made a hot comic book alert on this on Instagram. One of my good friends from across the pond showed it. Now I was prepared to pay up to around about 50 for this book alone. I managed to get 5 books for £32 something, and delighted. They present really nicely. Okay, one, I would say they're in around about the 6.5, 6 grade, that kind of thing. One's about a 3.5, but that's the issue that doesn't really matter, so I'm not too disappointed. So it works out around about £6.50 something a book, and the one issue alone is going 60 to 70 at the moment. There's out of the 5 comics, 4 are key issues. So starting, we have from Marvel Comics, Strange Tales issue 173. And this, guys, is the first appearance of Black Talon with Desmond Drew. Now it's also the final appearance of Brother Voodoo in Strange Tales. This includes the Marvel value stamp from Series 1, number 45 of Mantis. But that presents really nicely. Sorry about the glare with the Mylar, guys. But £6.58 I paid for this book. Well, yeah, £6.58. Can't go wrong. So, with 173, we have 172. Ran out of Mylars, so this had to go in a normal silver. Look at that. Presents really nicely, guys. I had to double check. I was having this conversation with the seller. I said, so I couldn't work out whether it was just a one book, because it had 5 books and it had first appearance of Black Talon. And I thought, wow, really? So there we go. That's issue 172. Nice grade. And then we have 171. Now this is the one that is beat up a little bit. I graded this about a 3.5. Oh no, about a 3 actually. This is 171. This is the first appearance of Baron Samedi. who is Sagbata. As you can see, guys, it's got a bit of black stuff up here, and we got some corner creases, quite a bit of spine wear. But it's on his staples, as Dazzie says. So then we move on. We have 170. Delighted to have this one, guys. This is the second appearance and origin of Brother Voodoo. Yeah, Jericho Drum. And the first appearance of Bamboo, and the death of Papa Jumbo, who is Charles Le Jouin. And these present really, really nicely, guys. Give them a little bit of a clean up too. Definitely in the 6s. On a good day, this could be a 7. These books. And you worked it out, guys. For £6.59, I bought Strange Tales issue 169, the first appearance of Brother Voodoo. Can you believe it? Yeah, Jericho Drum. Of course, he is very much going to be a player going forwards, because by all accounts he is going to be in the sequel to Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Strange 2. We are getting Brother Voodoo. And this book presents really nicely, guys. So I picked up the 5 of these Strange Tales for £32 and change. This is also the first appearance of Damballa, first appearance of Papa Jumbo, who was Charles Llewellyn. And it's also got the first appearance and death of Daniel Drum, who was Jericho's twin brother, who was also Brother Voodoo. And of course, this is some gorgeous John Romita Sr. cover art. This is one of my favourite covers of all time, I think. Just love it. Absolutely love it, guys. So delighted to have these Strange Tales to my collection. There we go. That's it. That's a wrap. Thank you so much to everybody for subscribing to me. I sit at 693 subscribers. It means the world to me that you do follow my low grade channel. Have a great week of hunting. I'll speak to you soon. That's Daz over and out. Bye for now. Oh, subscribe, please. Bye.